What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Tuesday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. And as tweeted earlier, I'm doing a free Guru credit code in this video. I was going to do it yesterday, but something came up throughout the day where I couldn't do a video. But we have a great looking slate tonight. We have 7 games on the main slate, already a ton of value. I'm excited for this one. Not a ton of injury news to keep up with in terms of questionable guys. And then, as usual, I will give you one play for each position for value using FanDuel salaries. Give this video a like, subscribe, and let's get after it here tonight. Like I said, really good looking slate. Not a lot of injuries. I'll talk about the injuries we're currently waiting on. Joel Embiid, questionable. Can't even say that without laughing at this point. Eric Gordon, KJ Martin, Andre Drummond, all for the Sixers. I don't even know if any of it's going to really matter because that team is basically priced for all those guys to be out anyway. So if they're in, it won't really change anything. We got PJ Washington in that game on the other side, ruled out for personal reasons. People like to speculate when that happens, especially when we're 2 days away from the trade deadline. Have already seen some crazy things with Luka, AD. De'Aaron Fox wasn't crazy. It was like not surprising, but it's still a huge trade. I think it's a great trade for the Spurs. But over the next 48 hours, we're probably going to see a few things happen. And it can obviously affect DFS slates. The Celtics and Cavs game pretty much fully healthy. We got Tari Eason out for the Rockets tonight due to injury management. Got a bunch of guys out for the Nets as usual. Cam Johnson, Noah Clowney, Ben Simmons, Cam Thomas as always. Got OG Anunoby ruled out again. He was out last night, going to be out again tonight. I'll talk about that with our value plays. Jimmy Butler out for the Heat as usual. So, Miles Turner's questionable for the Pacers in that late game against the Blazers. But in terms of questionable guys, there's not much. Turner on the Pacers and the 76ers. And that's essentially all, which is awesome. We'll see if anything else develops, but we'll get right into the plays. Got some cheap guys, got some $8,000 guys that I like. For point guard, we're going to look at Jalen Brunson at sub 9K, $8,800. I love this spot on the road against the Raptors. We see a 228 over-under, 5.5 point spread. So a blowout concern is the least of our worries here. Pretty tight spread. Again, no OG Anunoby. The reason for the tight spread is not only are the Knicks on a back-to-back on the road, but the Raptors are fully healthy now. They got Quickly back. They got Scotty Barnes back. Oh, I forgot. RJ Barrett got ruled out earlier with a concussion, so they're not fully healthy. But they do have Scotty Barnes, and they have Quickly back. Just an unbelievable matchup. Obviously, this Raptors team is not great at defense. I think Jalen Brunson has a huge game tonight. He should be over 9K, in my opinion. Needs 80. Not 80. He needs 43 fantasy points to hit value. 60 plus fantasy points in 2 out of his last 3 games. Bit of a roller coaster for Brunson, but I like what he is projecting tonight, projecting for 44 fantasy points, which is what we need for value. So I really like Brunson in this spot against the Raptors. Shooting guard, another 8K spend up I'm liking is Tyler Hero. Obviously, no Jimmy Butler. Best matchup on the slate tonight. The Heat have a spot against the Bulls on the road, 3-point spread. So like the Knicks and Raptors, we see a great team. Well, I guess not a great team, but the better team on the road leading to a tighter spread, which is great because, the Raptors don't have a good defense, and then obviously the Bulls really bad at defense. 228 over-under. This is the same exact over-under as the Knicks and Raptors. Basically the same spread. Pound for pound, it's basically the same matchup for both games, and they are atop of the list in terms of DFS value games for tonight. Love the spots that these two games have. Give me Hero at 8,200. Needs 41 fantasy points to hit value. He should be able to do that tonight. Him and Bam Adebayo are going to see, obviously, a ton of usage. against a really bad Chicago Bulls defense. For that Guru credit code, go to my website, as always, fd-guru.com. Go to the shop page where you buy all your usual credits. Got to be signed into an account. Takes, a minute to make an account. You just have to confirm an email address. Shop page is where you buy all the Guru credits. You spend these credits on my lineups, FanDuel, DraftKings, this little coupon bar, all caps, as usual, the date, Feb 4, NBA, and then 25 for the year. All caps, Feb 4, NBA 25. You'll get 15 free Guru credits. Again, just drop a like on this video and subscribe. I do appreciate you guys for supporting me. For small forward, we got Tari Eason ruled out today with injury management. We weren't preparing for that. Şengün looks like he's going to play, but when we saw Fred VanVleet and Şengün out last game, we saw Tari Eason and Jae'Sean Tate start. Now that Şengün's back, he's going to obviously play center, but VanVleet is still out. So I'm thinking there's a couple of different things the Rockets could do here tonight. Amin Thompson probably going to start at point guard. He did last game, and he dropped a triple-double. He's on the radar tonight at 8,600. I just don't want to do too many spend-ups, but this guy looks like a young stud in the making. The Rockets look like they found themselves a really long-term guy here. 25, 11, and 11, 60 fantasy points back-to-back tonight, but the guy's like 22 years old. He can play, 37-plus minutes in back-to-back nights. No worry about that. So look at Amin Thompson, but that's not who I'm picking. Right now, we have a projected lineup of Amin Thompson, Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, Jae'Sean Tate, and Şengün. We did see Tate start with Eason last night. I think Tate's going to start again tonight. And even if he doesn't, he's probably going to play 25 minutes with Eason off the court. He's $3,600 now. He was more than that last night. Was a value play. He's a value play again tonight. Played 21 minutes, got 21 fantasy points. He's usually a fantasy point per minute kind of guy. He just doesn't usually get minutes. Now, they do have Aaron Holiday, who they could maybe start. They're probably not gonna. Why start Aaron Holiday when you have Amin Thompson, who just dropped a triple-double? There's no need to have another ball handler out there. And then you also have Cam Whitmore as well. So we'll have to wait and see on this starting lineup. I do think Jae'Sean Tate's going to start and will be the best value play on the Rockets tonight. We saw Whitmore play 22 minutes, so a very similar workload as Tate. Tate had 21 minutes, and Whitmore did really well. 33 fantasy points. This guy has a lot of serious talent. There's just not much room for him to get a lot of minutes. So whenever there's a guy or two out and he can get extended run, Cam Whitmore at 4,100 is always going to be on the radar. But give me Tate for $3,600 cheaper, or $3,600 salary, $500 cheaper. I don't mind either one of these guys. You have a guy like Jeff Green, who didn't find himself in the mix last night. If there was ever a time Jeff Green was going to get minutes, it was going to be when Şengün and VanVleet were out. He didn't get run, so I'm not worried about Jeff Green tonight. I'm not worried about Aaron Holiday either. I think it's really just Jae'Sean Tate and Cam Whitmore. They like Whitmore off the bench, so I would expect Whitmore comes off the bench again. I think Tate starts. I think Tate sees another, 20-plus minute game, and at only $3,600, he's going to look like a good value play on the slate tonight. Power forward, we're going to look at another cheap guy with PJ Washington being out today with personal reasons. We can go back to Omax Prosper, probably going to start today for the Mavs. This is the first game on the slate, one of the first games on the slate, and we'll know that starting lineup, but I'm assuming Prosper's going to start. Dwight Powell's out. We still have Derek Lively out, so Gafford probably going to start at the 5, and we'll see Prosper start here. Let's enjoy playing him, because I wouldn't be surprised after this week that we never even think of the fact of picking Omax Prosper again, because now Anthony Davis is slated to play the 4 for the Mavs. So Prosper needs to make an impact now, because he's not going to have another chance after another game or two. So we're going to enjoy picking him, and by enjoy, I mean not enjoy because I don't like picking Prosper, but it's a value play here tonight. Played 30 minutes last game, 10, 6, and 4. He needs just 22 fantasy points to hit value. He's shown in the past week or so when he gets 20 plus minutes, he can certainly get value. So Prosper looks like a really good value play with PJ Washington out of the mix tonight. And then for center, we got to look at Precious Achiuwa. He looks like one of the best plays on tonight's slate. We got news earlier that OG Anunoby is going to be missing again with a foot injury. He was out last night with a foot injury. We saw Achiuwa start, play 34 minutes, didn't play too well, but at 5,200, he needs just 26 fantasy points. He's currently projected for 31 fantasy points. We saw 2 games ago when he saw extended run, 29 minutes, 15 and 15. We know what he's capable of. Also dropped 36 fantasy in just 20 minutes against the Grizzlies. We know he can fill up the defensive stat sheet, steals, blocks. He has steals in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He has steals in 11 straight games, and on FanDuel you get that 3 fantasy point total for a steal or block, where DraftKings is just 2, so it's a little bit more valuable on FanDuel. I like Precious Achiuwa a lot. I'm probably going to have him in every lineup tonight. Lower pay spot against the Nets, but it's still a good matchup. The Knicks, or not the Knicks, or sorry, they're not playing the Nets. Who am I thinking of? The Rockets are playing the Nets. My brain just absolutely got all scrambled there for a second. Knicks against the Raptors, 228 over-under. Love this spot for Achiuwa. In my brain, I thought he was playing the Nets, but great spot for Achiuwa. Again, he's going to be most likely in all of my lineups tonight as the starting power forward with OG Anunoby out of the game. That'll do it for this video, guys. Enjoy those credits. Let's have a huge slate tonight. We're due for a really, really nice overall night. And let's look forward to that trade deadline. Always exciting stuff. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.